Now we are going to Hi, now we are going to talk about the test cases and alert. So once you log in Cloud Enterprise Agent and test setting, you can see there are multiple type of test available, right? You can add a new test, and when you try to add a new test, you have multiple tests like routing, BGP test, and we will do a BGP prefix monitoring. The network test, which is agent to server or agent to agent, right? Agent to agent, that means ThousandEyes agent to ThousandEyes agent, versus agent to server is a ThousandEyes agent to a end application, right? And then you can choose a lot of options there. Then you can run DNS level test. That means you can have a domain um, test running using your agent. Within that, you can have DNS server, trace, and DNS sec. The web test, which is very common. Within web test, you have variety of tests like HTTP server, page load, transaction, and FTP server. So you want to test a particular application, which is FTP in this case. For transaction, as you can see, you can download a ThousandEyes recorder, and what this recorder let you do is it let you uh, run a macro or a series of steps, and it will record that so that you really don't need a Selenium developer level knowledge. You can simply use ThousandEyes recorder and perform how you log into your application or whatever transaction you're doing. It will record it and create a backend script for that. Also, under web, you have FTP. Now, finally, the voice, we have SIP server test and we have RTP stream test, right? Web server, HTTP server test is very common. That means you are trying to connect to a web application. If you are a application provider or a e-commerce website, you really want to make sure that your application experience is within a user limit. And for that, you can run a web server test from multiple cloud agent. With the cloud agent, which are um, provided by ThousandEyes, you can choose them and you can run the test, and that's what we are doing. So this is again as the splash page. Monitor your first application in less than 1 minute or equal to 1 minute, and here we have some pre-configured template. If you wish, you can simply, if you are a user of Microsoft 365 or a Concur business application, Salesforce, you can simply get started. These are like a quick start menu, right? If you are not sure where to start. Then again, going back to our test setting, now by now you know all the different kind of test. So let's go ahead and create a test label, and I'll tell you why. Test labels are kind of like tags, AWS tags. So you can tag your test, and then you can run some kind of reporting and filtering based on that. So tags are very powerful, and it is highly advised to have tags with some kind of strategy, like how you are doing a classification. So let's go ahead and add our first test, and we are going to run a web server test, which is going to test HTTP server. That means it is going to try to connect based on TCP and give you all the application experience. So what you have to provide, you have to provide the URL. After providing the URL, you can see that agents are called one vantage point. It is available throughout the world. You can pick whatever from whatever region you want to test your application. If you go to advanced setting, um, you will see there are few additional knobs you can enable, like perform bandwidth measurement, perform MTU measurement, collect BGP data. BGP data is always collected. And then you can choose protocol as well, but obviously for HTTP we're going to use TCP. You can, if you are behind proxy, you can put proxy information. So there are a lot of things which you can customize. We are not going to make major changes here, so we'll just simply leave it like that. And as you can see, I wanted uh, to run the test, but here it's saying that cloud agent are not supported for bandwidth measurement. So For this test, we are relying on ThousandEyes Cloud Agent, which is provided as a service, but Cloud Agent doesn't support bandwidth measurement. If you happen to do bandwidth measurement test, or you want that data, you need to rely on enterprise agents. So, all right, we don't want that. Let's go ahead and close this, because at this point of time, we don't have any enterprise agent. We are going to deploy our own enterprise agent in subsequent videos. So let's go back and fix the problem. Under advanced setting, I'm going to uncheck performs bandwidth monitoring and save changes. You can either save and run it as per your schedule per interval, in this case every 10 minutes, or you can simply run once. We want to run periodically. These are the options. Once we are satisfied with all the options, we are going to run the test. So the more number of agents you will select for your test, you'll get better coverage, but at the same time you're going to utilize more um, more of your quota, right, or the number of units. So now my test is running. As you can see, a web server test is running, and the availability and other information. So on the lower pane, you can see table view. This is a table view. Two of the cloud agent, they are reaching out to www.google.com, and you can see the application experience. This is the map view. You can see loss, latency, and jitter. These are the three by default parameters coming for a web server kind of test. You can obviously choose whatever you want to see on timescale database. So, and that according to that, it will change. You can pick up the period 24 hours, 7 hour, or 14 days, 7 days or 14 days. Um, Path visualization. As I mentioned, BGP prefix information is always collected. That means whenever you are running the test, it will give you visibility into path from source to destination. And this is the BGP path. You can see we are starting from um, Ashburn, AWS VA, and from there we are reaching our google.com via multiple paths, right? Because this is the internet, right? Google.com is highly available via multiple ASs. The point to note here for test results are the color legend, and we will talk about color legend in our documentation section. But as you can imagine, the green is the source, and a little bit lighter beige is the target, and in between you may see some of the gray nodes. That means there are not much data available for those nodes, hence they are colored in gray. You can scroll, uh, you can expand it, minimize it by selecting number of hops starting from uh, source and starting from destination. And this is the BGP route visualization. So there is no path change and no BGP data available. All right, we will run a separate BGP test. And now, so your test is ready, you can monitor it, you can set alert, but we will set alert. Before we set alert, let's look at how you can share the result. You can do snapshot sharing, and you can set a validity for that. And there are a couple of options like in which format you want. You can also export it. So if I decide to export it as a JSON, you see that is displayed, but it's better to share as a snapshot. And you can copy the link, share with anyone, and this link is kind of live link. Anyone who has access to this link, they can see the snapshot. However, you can set a liveliness or a lifetime for this link, right? So it's an easy way. If you are working with the operator or someone and you see an issue, you can share that information immediately with them using snapshot. So this is our test which is running. As you can see, today we don't have any enterprise agent. We are only running test via cloud agent, which are provided by ThousandEyes. Agent level, we have created one agent level, which we are going to use for our test. BGP monitor, we will touch base on this late in later sections. There are other type of agents available, endpoint agent, and we will have a complete uh, video or for endpoint agent. Now let's come back and talk about alerts. So now we have one test running. Let's look how we can associate alerts to those tests. If you click on alert rule, you can see those default alert rules. They are by default available by ThousandEyes. And then you have integrations. You can do any kind of integration, app dynamics. You can do a custom webhook, very powerful. It's just simply based on REST APIs, right? So if you have uh, token based authentication, and here you can see preset configuration. Splunk is supported, Slack is supported, Webex is supported. So there are a lot of third party integrations available, and all these integrations they are available for notification and alerting method. So any test result you want to send to your third party tool, you can use that using integration. Under integration, obviously various tools require various type of credentials. Some require tokens, some required OAuth. So it depends what you're trying to integrate. But the alert rule, as you can see, there are certain alert rule by default made available by ThousandEyes. But you can always create your own rule. And when you decide to create your own rule, this is the form you need to fill. What kind of alert you want to mm, create? Is it agent to server test, or server to agent test, and then the custom rule name? From there you can select the under setting, you can select which test you want to attach this rule alert rule. And you can obviously attach more than one alert rule to one test, because there may be different groups who are interested in getting alert for this test. So obviously you can alert more than one. So here I'm selecting my test which is running, and then you can specify what agent. Let's say all agent for now. What is the most powerful thing under alerting is alert condition. You don't want to be alerted mindlessly if the things go up and down. So you can put some condition, and that help you baseline and make this alerting more dynamic and more legit, right? So I highly advise you start with the default rules, and once you understand your application, you need to create a custom alert rule for you for your application, and fine tune the alert conditioning. Okay, so now our alert, custom alert is created. You can mark it default, but we'll just leave it custom. And now let's go back to the test and attach this new rule, which is alert. And obviously you need to first enable the alert, and then you can say these are the 4 alert types are associated with this test. So within alert, there are 2 sections: the alert parameter, when you want to get alerted, on what you want to get alerted, and then the notification, how you want to get alerted, right? Whether it's an email or it's a third party integration. You can come back to alert list. You can see active alerts, alert history, all those things. Though we have not anything going on, that's why those forms look really clean. Let's look at one of the default alert, which is default HTTP alert rule. So what it is doing, as you can see, this is the default rule. So it was associated already. And then you can come and select the agent. By default, it uses all the agent, but you can obviously come and tweak it because you want to make sure that you are not blowing up your quota or exceeding the unit you have. So select all agent, select selected agent, or accept, right? There are 3 conditions you can choose. This is how a default alert look like. Look at the alert condition. All condition are met, any are one of the agent, you want any of the agent or one of the agent, and how many times in a row, an error type is certain kind of threshold. So it basically depend on your baselining of your application. And finally, notification, where you want to send this alert notification. Email may not be a very scalable way, so that's why we have other integration available: Slack, PagerDuty, WebEx. There are multiple type of um, integration available, and webhooks. Webhooks are pretty generic, right? Any application supporting REST APIs, you can pretty much use that for your notification. So once you create your custom alert or you understand the default alert, let's go back to our test, which is running a agent to server test for google.com. And now you're good. This test will run every 10 minutes, and if there is any threshold breach or if the reachability goes down, the alert will be raised, and as the alert is being raised, it will be, you will be notified. So you can obviously be on ThousandEyes dashboard and watch your test case status by using view, or you can get notified based on your preference of notification. So thank you very much. I know it was a little bit long talk about test and notification, but in next video we are going to roll out our own cloud agent and enterprise agent and see how we can attach them to existing test cases. Thank you.